For question 6, we need to calculate the approximate margin of error. So we know that the approximate margin of error is 1 over the square root of n, and then we'd multiply by 100 in order to turn to a percent. So in question A, it would just be 1 over the square root of 250, which, if we break out a calculator, is basically going to be 0.0632. All right, so that's our margin of error, about 6.3% error. So then if we took our p hat and we added and subtracted our margin of error, let's see what we'd get. We'd get 0.375 plus or minus 0.0632. So our range of values would be, I should probably actually do these like with a calculator so I don't have to redo this video. 0.3118. And also we would get, I know this is fantastic video, just watching me use a calculator off screen, 0.4382. So that would be the plausible range of what we would expect for our true parameter. So if we're trying to assess whether or not 0.42 would be a plausible value, since 0.42 is in this interval, 0.42 is plausible. I know that I messed up with language in another one of these questions. Plausible is not the same as likely. Plausible means, hey, it's something that we would not be surprised to see. It doesn't mean that it's a likely value, aka that there's like more than a 50% chance of getting it, right? So the other questions are going to be pretty similar. I'm going to pause the video just so I can just get all of these margins of error for you, because it's just 1 divided by the number, and then I'll unpause for you. All right, so I went ahead and just calculated all those values so you didn't have me punch things into a calculator. So if we're trying to figure out whether 0.42 is in each of these intervals, right? So notice in B, 0.42 is in this interval, so thus it's plausible. 0.42 is also in this interval. Notice how wide this interval is in C, right? It's wide because we have such a small sample size, right? So sure, we get some information, but it's pretty bad because we just didn't choose enough people in order to just get a good margin of error. A lot can happen with the small sample size of 0.36. In D, notice that 0.42 is not in the interval. So therefore, it's not a plausible value of the parameter. Even though it's really close, doesn't matter, right? It's the fact that it's just not in this interval is what's important. And if we look at the last one, 0.42 is in this interval, so therefore it's a plausible value for the true parameter